When people think of affirmations, we normally think of them of being at least a sentence long, right? 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 words. Some people make them longer. The recommendation from the beginning of time is to begin an affirmation with the words I am, as they're highly energetic, powerful words moving us forward in life, right? So, I am in the process of losing weight by exercising 5 days a week and eating clean food, or something like that might be someone's affirmation. But what if you have clients that don't want to write a bunch of affirmations? What if you have clients that are just going, David, I don't really think affirmations work. I have the answer. It's called a one-word affirmation. And does it work? Oh my God. Neville Goddard, one of the greatest writers on the combination of spirituality and human development of all time. Joseph Murphy, another one of the most incredible authors on motivation and human nature, human consciousness, etc. Joseph Murphy is a huge fan of one-word affirmations. I remember in 1980, one of my mentors introduced me to his work, and I was blown away because in the 80s, of course, everything was I am. And back then we were doing ridiculous things. I am owning 10 homes around the world while we're living in a mobile home, for God's sake. So we've at least grown to the point where we don't say ridiculous affirmations. At least I hope we don't anymore. But let's talk about the power from Joseph Murphy's research, Neville Goddard research, even Norman Vincent Peale's research, that a one-word affirmation said in a certain way, repeated over and over and over, will be attracted to the subconscious mind. Because why? Because we're setting a new pattern, and subconscious mindset is all based on the pattern you set. So let's say you're struggling with money. This is a big one in these days. So you may just choose the word wealth. You don't have to say I am. You don't have to come up with a number. You just silently say to yourself the word wealth. And then you can say it softly, wealth. You might be driving down the road and just repeating wealth. When you get into bed at night, and this is a Joseph Murphy favorite, as well as Neville Goddard and many other teachers as well, is that you calm yourself, do 10 diaphragmatic breaths, 10 deep breaths to get your mind in a restful state, and then just repeat softly to yourself, wealth. And as you inhale, wealth, slowly exhale, wealth. And what they have said is that as you drift off to sleep with the last thought in your mind being wealth, the subconscious starts to pay attention. Now you do this 30, 60, 90, 120 days in a row. You can imagine the subconscious has awoken to the fact that wealth is a major goal of yours and doors can start opening. Now, that doesn't mean you just say the word wealth and sit back and eat pizza and wait for the millions of dollars to come in. Of course, you're going to have to do some kind of action steps, but not grinding. Not frenetic action, not action backed with worry. Oh my God, I hope this works. I need to make $1,000 this week. I pray to God that is never going to do it. But if you just calmly, when you have a fear and insecurity about money come up, just calmly take a big breath and go, thought, and then repeat the word wealth. And another thought of insecurity comes up and thought, wealth. And we keep repeating it. Remember, the subconscious is a sponge, baby. All it wants to do is pick up and follow your orders. And if your orders are consistent throughout the day, driving, you can say wealth first thing in the morning. As I mentioned, going to sleep at night. The other thing would be health, right? If you need to lose weight, if you have any kind of a serious condition, you may just say the word health every day, as many times as you can. Relationships. So we'd say maybe the word love. If your relationship is struggling, we just thought, love, thought. One word affirmations repeated throughout the day, especially starting in the morning, especially ending at night, can have a radical impact on your subconscious mind, which means it can have a radical impact down the road on your overall life. It doesn't mean it's going to happen instantly. This is the biggest mistake we make. My very first Buddhist teachers in 1980 told me, if you're expecting awakening and enlightenment, give yourself 40 to 50 years of meditation. I'm serious. They all told me that. And it's the same thing here. I mean, it may not take 40 or 50 years of saying the word wealth or health or love or whatever it is, the issue you want to improve upon, but it's going to make a huge, major impact. We have had so many people, clients over the last 10 years that have gotten into this because they're not into affirmations. But throughout the day, a worry comes up. They just say the word wealth or love or health or whatever their major challenge is. And then I want to add one more thing. When you say the word, feel it. Don't just say wealth. Wealth. Feel it. In bed at night, you can see it. You know, like you have wealth right now. You have a roof over your head. That's wealth. Maybe you have a car. That's wealth. Maybe you have nature outside your door. That's wealth, right? So we have wealth all around us. And as we acknowledge that and use that word with emotion, wealth, love, health, we slow the conscious brain down and allow the subconscious to pick up that one term you want to change right now. Now you stick with the one, right? This goes back to our one thing theory we created in 1996. You stick with health or love or wealth or whatever it is. You consistently throughout the day, the mornings, the daytime, and the evenings, and then you'll start to see shifts. It might just be a shift in that 50% of your worry about wealth is gone. 50% of your worry about your health is gone. 50% of worry about your relationship is gone. That would be major success, right? It's not just getting $1 million check in the mail. It's removing the worry. It's removing the rumination. We want to put into the mindset ruminating thoughts that are healthy, not nervous, not filled with insecurity. This stuff works. Listen, if I can help you at all, I'm offering everyone a free 20-minute session on the phone because the world is so crazy. We can get it back together. We really can. Just go to the website, talkdavid.com or davidessel.com to the contact us page. Sign up and my team will set up the free call ASAP. Also, don't forget at that same website, 5 of our top 16 best-selling books are absolutely free. Grab all 5 right now, no charge, at one of the websites below. And remember, a one-word affirmation said repeatedly throughout the day, felt deeply, spoken with a firm, soft touch can lead to major changes. I've seen it happen in my life and thousands of my clients. Let's give it a shot. I'm David Essel. Have a beautiful day.